Hey guys, so today I have another speed build for you, which also happens to be the first time I'm recording audio, so this could go really well or really poorly, but let's get into the video and see how it goes. So lately I've been wanting to rebuild all the lots in all the worlds, and I did start in Willow Creek and I've done most of the community lots there except the museum. They're all up on the gallery at the moment if you want to download them. But I got a bit sick of working in Willow Creek, as you do. So today I asked Siri actually to pick which world I renovate, and I ended up renovating the Bro House in Windenburg, and I actually had a lot of fun doing it. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did. I don't think I've ever built on this lot before, but it's actually in a really nice spot, except for the lighting, which is a bit dodgy, but that's not my fault. That's EA. Anyway, the roofing on this house was really quite disgraceful. Like they just had a flat roof instead of any actual roof at the front of it. So I immediately had to change that. And then I went around and changed all the walls. I changed all the windows because they had the get together windows, which they have sort of like a color on them that doesn't make them look that nice from the outside. So I went and put these big clear windows, which I think are from Get Together actually. And they changed the whole look of the house. It made it look so much nicer. It made it look a lot more modern as well, I think. I also went and cleared all the landscaping that was already there because it wasn't great. It was a bit spaced out, and then I shrunk the garden just because I didn't think it really needed that much landscaping. Like the lot wasn't that big, and there was a heap of trees around it anyway. And I did go back and put some landscaping after, which you won't see in the video. I did cut it out, but it is in the final build. And I used the Strangerville plants, which I actually really like the Strangerville plants. They look really good. They were the debug ones though, so you have to find them in the sneaky debug menu. And then I went inside and I changed all the interior walls. I used the ones that have the paneling, or not the paneling, like the cornice and the bottom bit. I don't think that's the right term. Cornice? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I went and changed it to those ones, which I don't know if they really fit the style of the build as well as I wish they did, but they did look a lot nicer than what was there before, so I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. In the lounge room, I do have a wall of bookshelves, which I love putting a wall of bookshelves. I think it's just because I want a wall of bookshelves. But I did do that, and your Sims can't get to the two on the end towards the window, but they can get to the one closest to the archway, which I don't think it really matters that much. If they can't get to the other two, they'll still be able to access everything they need, which is good. And I ended up putting a bar behind the lounge actually, which I don't know if many people have a bar in their lounge room, but I have seen it done before, so I don't think it's that uncommon. I think it just kind of suited the whole overall style of the house, considering that it was just like two guys living there. I feel like they'd either do a lot of chilling out in their lounge room, or I feel like they'd have friends over pretty often just to hang out, judging by the foosball table, and they had a bunch of other stuff, some stereos and things that made it seem like they were pretty big into entertaining. In the kitchen, I changed pretty much everything. The kitchen before was just, it wasn't working for me, and the orange wall, I couldn't deal with the orange wall. It didn't match anything in the house. And I used the Jungle Adventure counters, which are my favorite counters in the game at the moment. I just think they look so good, and it's so disappointing that Jungle Adventure was the pack that had the best counters when the cool kitchen stuff. Its counters were such a letdown. They weren't good. I don't, there's a lot of limitation on the counters, I think, but these worked really well for me. And I did put the double fridge and a double stove. The double stove I had to put because it just wasn't lining up with the single one, and it was going to drive me crazy if it was off center. So I put two of them, and then the double fridge, I kind of imagine it to be like a fridge freezer combo, or they have their own fridge and it's more like a share house mentality in that sense. And the little cork boards on the wall, I thought that was such a cute idea because if they have like friends over and stuff, your friends can leave little notes, or if they're on different work schedules, they can leave notes to each other or write down groceries, which obviously the Sims don't grocery shop anymore, but I think it just brings a little bit of realism that I think is quite fun. And the bathroom, I did it pretty simply, like I didn't think they needed a lot. I don't think there's a lot of clutter in the house at all because I imagine two guys living here, they don't. It'd either be kind of messy or it'd just be fairly empty and they wouldn't have much at all. So I kept the bathroom simple to kind of reflect that. I did put a laundry machine and a dryer in there and a little bench in the corner. I kept the toilets separate because I figured if one of them's in the shower, they might want to use the toilet, and that way they can do it without having to wait, especially because there is only one bathroom in the whole house. But I think it worked out really well. It's got a nice like green and white color scheme, which kind of goes with the rest of the house. And it looks a bit modern. It looks like it might have been recently renovated before they moved in. And I think that's really cool. This first bedroom, I had so much trouble trying to pick color schemes for it. I don't know why, but nothing was working. I think I went like blue, green, red, and then I went back to red, and then the red wasn't working again, and then I went back to green. And then I didn't really like the green. I really wanted it to be red in that room and have the other room be green. And I ended up getting there in the end after a lot of trial and error. I went with this red bed that you see now and the red desk chair. I had a red rug in there at one point that was also from City Living, I think, but it just, oh, it didn't look good. So I think I went no rug in the end in the final version. And then the house was actually a bit too big. So I thought about shrinking it, but then it didn't really line up with the rest of the house, and I didn't want to have to go and redo the whole thing. So I just shrunk this side a little bit, and then I put the row of cupboards in there to kind of take up a lot more space. And that way they had a bit more room in their actual bedroom and they wouldn't have to worry about fitting a big cupboard in there. I put a TV in both of the bedrooms as well because obviously it's kind of like a share house, so I imagine that they'd want their own space that they can go to and either watch TV or play games. I don't know if the second bedroom has a desk. I think it does. I did try and fit a desk in both the rooms because your Sims use a computer for everything. I kept the DJ booth in there because I like when a Sim's room matches their personality or their house kind of matches their personality, and then you make their clothes match. And I know it's not like super realistic because a lot of times your house doesn't look like you, but I think it was such a fun idea in The Sims because there is that level of creativity that you can go and make everything match and make everything pink if you want to. So I did try and match their bedrooms to their personality a little bit, and I read through their traits just to kind of see what they were up to and what they were interested in, and then try and fit those things in there. And I think it turned out really well in the end. I was really happy with how the rooms turned out. And then I did a little bit of landscaping around the front, which you can see now, but I kind of cut it in between. And in the back of the house, I did add a few little things as well, just a few. I think I stuck a hot tub in there or a pool. I think I just put a hot tub. I try to put at least one kind of water item in each build, whether it's a hot tub or a pool or the little like kiddie pool if you've got toddlers, because I think, especially with seasons, it just makes it so much more interesting to have those little things that really add to the gameplay. Not that I actually play The Sims, I just build in it. Sometimes I'll play for like half an hour, but I feel like I run out of things to do like really quickly, or I just don't like playing. I just get really bored of my Sims and I want to I love like imagining storylines for them though. And so I'll have a whole storyline inside of my head when I create the build, but then I actually go to play with those Sims and try and make their storyline come to life, and it doesn't happen. I just have to give up. So we're actually nearing the end of the build at the moment. As you can see, the backyard has got a few little things in it for your Sims to use. I put the basketball hoop in because I thought that would be really fun. And I did test everything, so everything works. It play tests really well. And then we will go into the screenshots and you'll be able to see everything up close. And I really hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this build, and I hope you enjoy the next one. I've got a lot of ideas and a lot of builds planned for the next few weeks, and I'm really excited to film them and share them with you guys. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you and your Sims enjoy my house. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.